Welcome back to Naturally Nija. How y'all doing? I hope y'all doing good. I hope y'all feeling blessed. I hope that you guys are just feeling at ease, at peace. And if you're not, I'm sending you so much love and light. I'm sending you so many blessings because I understand life can be hard. Okay, you know, this thing called life, whatever this is that we're living, it can be hard. Okay, like, I understand. So if you're not feeling the best, if you're not doing the best, I'm sending you so much love and light, hugs and kisses, and I'm praying for you. I'm hoping and wishing that things get better. Things always get better because hard times don't last always. Can I get an amen? Can I get an okay. So as you guys can tell by this video's title, I want to speak on the whole self-love thing and how there is no amount of self-love that one person can accumulate that will debunk or that will overshadow the need for community, the need for love from other people. You know, as humans, we are meant to love, we are meant to feel loved, we are meant to share love with other people, right? Like, that's what we're here on earth for. I'm a firm believer in just shedding light, shedding love, and just being a loving person. Like, we all need love. Like, love is such a beautiful healing frequency. Love is so beautiful. The vibration is absolutely beautiful, and we all deserve it, and we all need it, okay? So, with that being said, I know you guys have probably seen or you probably heard, you know, people talk about how, oh, self-love this, self-love that, you need self-love for this, you need self-love for that, self-love. Okay, right? I will agree. I can agree with that because self-love, I feel like it's the first step. Self-love is the first step to accumulate all that you truly desire, because you have to love yourself. You have to be in love with who you are at your being, okay, in order for, you know, your vibration, your aura to shift. And then, you know, once those shifts and once that vibration shifts, all of what you desire and all of what you've been manifesting can come in and flow to you smoothly and freely, okay? So I do believe that self-love is needed, but what I don't agree with is the whole self-love is the only thing that you need. Self-love is all that you need, and you don't need love from other people. You don't need community. You don't need this. You don't need that, because that's the farthest from the truth. Like I already mentioned, we all need love, okay? So I'm just going to be sharing my story, a little bit of my story with you guys in regards to my self-love journey and just how I really navigated through it all, and like what I've learned, and you know, how I've gotten to where I am today in this whole self-love journey, and how, you know, once I actually tapped in to myself, and, you know, once I actually tapped into loving myself, and when I finally realized that I am my number one love, how that shift almost immediately brought in, you know, the frequencies and the people that I had always, you know, prayed and manifested for, but when I was not at a good place in regards to loving myself, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's get right into it. All right. So I would say about a good year ago, exactly a year ago, maybe almost a year ago, okay, is when I really began my self-love journey, okay? Like, before I actually began my journey, I was always delulu about how I did have self-love, but in all reality, I didn't really love myself back then, because what I put up with, what I allowed people to do to me, and what I allowed people to put me through was not self-love. Listen, I didn't love myself, okay? So yes, like I said, about a year ago was when I actually began my self-love and self-healing journey, okay? And it happened right after a really crazy, a really bad situation, a really bad heartbreak with a karmic. Okay, we're back. But yeah, like I was saying, I began my self-love journey after a really bad relationship, a situationship, whatever you want to call it, with a karmic. And if you know anything about karmics, most karmics are meant to shift you, because karmics are kind of like, well, they're literally people that you have to learn specific lessons from, okay? They bring about catalysts to happen in your life. So yeah, after that karmic, after what I went through, oh yeah. There was absolutely no way that I could continue operating in life the way that I was. Self-esteem was low, even though I didn't see it back then, even though I couldn't tell. Self-esteem was low, okay? Self-love was really low. Because anybody who truly loves himself, and anybody who truly puts themselves first, will never allow for another human being to do anything and do whatever to them, okay? So, all right. So, I began my healing journey, okay? It was, I feel like my healing journey kind of happened abruptly, or it was happening even though I didn't realize it was happening, if that makes sense. Like, I definitely took a break from dating. Like, I still had, little crushes here and there. Like, I'm just a girl. But, like, seriously, though, like, I took a break from dating. And also, my spirit team, my ancestors, my angels, my guides, they were not playing. They were not allowing for me to connect with anybody because they knew that I needed to do some work. They knew that I needed to heal. They knew that I was not ready. Like, as much as I may have wanted to connect with somebody, it just was not happening. And I'm just like, why is it not happening? Like, why? And so I realized, Kanaisha, you don't need to be dating. You do not need to be thinking about a date. You do not need to be thinking about a man. Like, you are broken right now. Like, you need to sit down and find yourself, So I had to really have those tough conversations with myself, and I had to actually get real with myself, and I had to actually listen to the universe, listen to God, listen to Source, my ancestors, my spirit guides, as to what they were trying to tell me and show me. I had to actually listen. So that came with surrendering to their plan for me and being obedient. And that's what I did, because listen, they are all knowing and they're not going to lead me astray. So of course I'm gonna listen, okay? So that's what I did. But that's besides the point. I mean, it ties into the point, but it's besides the point, because I know not everybody is spiritual. I know not everybody, follows, God and the universe, the spirit guides. I know not everybody follows that path, but for those that do, you understand what I'm saying, okay? Okay. So, okay, for me, there was a lot of purging, a lot of shadow work, a lot of healing that I began with, okay? So really tapping into my inner child, really tapping into what she needed, what she always needed, okay? Really listening to her and finding her again, because, I feel like I grew up so fast. Like, my childhood really flew by. Like, when I think about it now, like, I'm 22, but it's like, wow, like, my childhood flew by, and it's kind of like, I didn't really get to love on my little self. I didn't get to love on little Kanaija. And it's really sad when you think about it. So, I went through the process of doing shadow work. Guys, it's really hot. Like, all right, we're back. So yeah, shadow work and healing. I started with that. I really recommend shadow work, okay? I 100% recommend shadow work, okay? To begin any kind of healing, any kind of self-love journey, shadow work, start with shadow work, okay? A lot of purging, a lot of crying, a lot of forgiveness, a lot of forgiving myself, a lot of forgiving people around me had to happen. I had to really just forgive people. I had to forgive those for what they did to me, for how they made me feel. I had to forgive them, okay? It may be hard, but you can do it. Just forgive them, okay? So that was one of the first steps after, beginning the shadow work and the healing. Forgiveness, okay? Man, it's like everything is kind of like jumbled because so much was happening at one time, okay? Yeah. So besides the forgiveness, like I mentioned, taking a break from dating, taking a break from mingling, taking a break from focusing on men, and instead of focusing on dating, instead of focusing on men or women, whatever the case may be, focus on yourself and focus on falling in love with yourself. Focus on finding yourself, okay? Because you can't neglect yourself, okay? You can't neglect the body, the vessel that you walk in, that you operate in every day. You have to take care of yourself, not only physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You have to take care of yourself. So I did that for a long time. I'm currently still doing that. Never stop loving yourself, okay? Honestly, the journey never ends. But I had to do a lot of that. I had to focus in on me, focus in on my needs, focus in on who I am. Like, who are you, Kanija? Like, what do you actually desire? You know, who are you? Like, why do you love yourself? And one thing that really made it click, one thing that really made me realize that I am the love of my own life is when I imagined myself as, okay, you're here, right? Look at yourself, view yourself, look in the mirror, look at your body, look at who you are, you know, observe yourself, right? And then imagine that there was somebody in your life who possessed your exact same characteristics. Imagine that there was somebody in your life that loved just the way that you love, that, you know, cares just the way that you care, that expresses themselves just as you express themselves. Just to basically imagine you. Imagine your twin, okay? And I was, you know, sitting down one day on my bed, and I was just thinking about it, and I'm like, imagine if I had a me in my life. Like, imagine if I had another Kanija in my life. That person would be the love of my life, because I absolutely love everything about myself and absolutely admire and I absolutely adore all of the love and light that I carry. And I really sat and I was like, oh my gosh, like, listen, y'all, I boohooed, I cried so hard. Like, it was such a huge purge. It was such a huge full circle moment, because I'm like, oh my goodness, we are literally the loves of our own lives. Like, if you were to have somebody, if you were to find somebody that possessed the same exact energy as you do, that you've been craving in everybody else, you'd realize that you carry that. You already carry, you know, the energy, the love that you know, have been craving in other humans. You know, why crave it? Why want it from other people when you already possess it, when you already hold that energy, right? Like, that's what I had to question myself about, and that's what I had to really realize and understand. And at that moment, it was over. I was like, Kanija, you are the person that you've been praying and manifesting for, especially in friendships, because I've struggled in friendship. But I was just like, you are the person, you are the friend that you have been praying for. And that really made me fall in love with myself so hard. Like, that really made me forgive myself for ever neglecting my needs, and forever thinking that another person, forever thinking that there was another human, even though there is. I'm gonna get there. Hey y'all, this is me after recording the video, and I never in fact got there, like I said. But basically what I was saying, or basically what I wanted to say, is that we all have an individual out there that is specifically handpicked for us, okay? The more that you tap into God, the more that you tap into yourself, the more that you tap into spirituality, whatever the case, and the more that you surrender to God's plan for you, the easier it will be to find your person, the easier it will be to come into union with your divine soulmate, your divine counterpart, because you followed that specific path. And that's basically what I meant. Like, there is in fact somebody out there that can give me all of the love that I have desired in another human. And there's going to be somebody like that for you as well, okay? But follow the process, okay? I had to forgive myself for ever expecting another human to give me exactly what I already had inside of me. So yeah, like, at that point it was over for me. Of course, for everybody it's different. It may take a little bit more or a little bit less for you to really realize that you are the embodiment of love that you may be praying and manifesting for. Like, you already have it in you. So, you know, work on yourself, heal yourself, fall in love with yourself, take yourself on dates, you know, go out alone, really spend time with yourself, okay? Enjoy your own energy, you know, dance, do what you gotta do. Just enjoy your own energy, enjoy the light that you carry, okay? Like, yeah, of course, for everybody, like I said, it's going to be different. You know, some people, it may take them longer, okay? For others, it may take them a shorter amount of time, okay? But for me, it didn't take too long. I say it took about 4 to 5 to 6 months, if that. Like, maybe like 3 to 4 months for me to really, like, really tap in and really get to where I am now. I'm telling you, once you fall in love with yourself, once you actually heal and understand that you are first, and understand that you are always going to be number one, life changes forever. Because like I said in the beginning, you'll start attracting different energies. You'll start attracting new energy, because your own aura, your own vibration has shifted drastically, to the point where it's like you basically identity shifted. Okay, like you basically shifted identities, or like you basically like timeline jumped. Okay, like you've fallen into a different person, a newer version of yourself, a different version of yourself. Okay, and with that comes new and different versions and energies of people that will come into your life. Now you're going to start attracting what you deserve, because you put yourself first. You put your self-love first. You fell in love with yourself, and you've recognized yourself. Okay, and you've recognized your needs. So now it's like everything will start flowing in. Everything. The blessings, the new job, the new opportunities, the new love, the new friendship. Okay, I'm not to say it's going to happen like quickly, but it's going to start gradually happening, and you will start recognizing the shifts. Okay, sooner or later you will start recognizing the shifts. Okay, so that's the whole self-love portion. Okay, so boom, here I am today. Okay, well along my self-love journey, and although I've come to a point to where I love myself so much, and you know, I keep getting distracted, y'all. Although I've gotten to this place, so I've realized that self-love still does not equate to the love that you receive from other humans. Self-love does not equate to the love that we need from others. Okay, I love myself to death, but that does not mean that I do not crave love from another human. That does not mean that I do not crave for a partner, for, you know, a boyfriend. That does not mean that I do not crave for friendships. Of course I do. Of course I do. Like, we all need love. No amount of self-love will ever take away from the fact that you need community. Okay, but it is what it is. We all need community. We all need love. And don't ever let anybody tell you differently. Do not let anybody make you feel bad for craving love, for wanting love. Okay, because before I began my healing journey, before I began my self-love journey, I was craving and, you know, wanting love from others, but I realized that it was in a dependent or codependent way. It was toxic. Okay, like what I was craving in others before was unrealistic. Okay, I was just it was a lot. Okay, that's not to say that I did not deserve that love back then, but what I've realized is that you really do have to love yourself first. Okay, that's the overall message. Okay, love yourself first. Okay, but also do not forget that you also still do need community. And anybody who says differently, let's be real, they're probably miserable on the inside. Okay, they're probably sad and cold. Okay. But yeah, guys, I just kind of wanted to talk about the whole self-love journey a little bit, my self-love journey, and how it came to be. And also wanted to just remind y'all that we still need community. We still need love from other people. You know, no matter what, no matter the amount of self-love that we possess, you're going to always need the love from other people. Because we all carry different vibrations. We all carry different sources and different forms of love. And, you know, once you combine all of those different forces and sources of love, it just, it just creates like a beautiful explosion. A beautiful explosion of love, a beautiful explosion of just serenity and bliss. Okay, so yeah, guys, that's the video. I hope that, you know, it made sense. I hope that my overall message, my overall point came to be, because although I was speaking of two separate things, I feel like they do combine, they do make sense together. Okay, focus on self-love first. Okay, and then allow for your community, allow for the love to come after you've fallen in love with yourself. Okay, no, don't neglect love from other people. Don't push it away. Don't push it away. Allow for people to love on you. Okay, especially when you step into the new version, allow for people to love on you. Okay, allow for them to love the new you. Okay. So yeah, guys, that's the video. Let me know how you feel about it. Comment down below. Comment, let me know, how you're going, how you're doing along your self-love journey. And yeah, subscribe and like the video. And also, shameless plug, but I do have a podcast, Embrace Your Truth podcast. It is going to be in my description. But yeah, on my podcast, I talk about a lot of different things. It's really spirituality based, but I talk about different things. Yeah, just check me out. You'll see what I'm talking about. I also have 2 episodes on my podcast regarding the healing journey and how I successfully led my healing journey. So check it out, okay? I want to help y'all. So that's the video. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.